Hey everybody, today is Wednesday, March 20th, 2024. I'm Gene, and welcome to the Wednesday edition of Hanging with Uncle. Um, Today's show may be a little longer than we're used to because there's a couple of things of significance that happened today. And like I said, we wouldn't talk about these kinds of things unless it was really important. So before we get started, if you have not, please hit that subscribe button. Help us to get to 1,000 subscribers. We'd really appreciate it. And if you have hit subscribe, please click that like button, and it helps spread the word out there, to let the universe know we exist. And if you like the content, then hit that notification bell over there on the right, and you'll be notified whenever we go live or put new content out there. So let's get started, okay? Um, I've called out the hypocrisy of the GOP Oversight Committee and their chairman, James Comer, several times, but they're not finished making fools of themselves. So they had another impeachment hearing today, and Lev Parnas showed up as a witness by the Democrats because he's at the source of this whole thing. And of course, it blew up in their face because Lev Parnas testified that the entire uh, Joe and Hunter Biden crime thing and making money off each other's name is a lie made up by the Kremlin. So once again, the Russians are spewing disinformation, and the suckers on the right are buying it hook, line, and sinker because it's something against Democrats instead of seeing the truth and realizing there's nothing there. Nothing at all. Because Joe Biden has been in public life his entire life. He was a senator for 36 years. He served 8 years in the White House as the vice president. He's currently president. His life has been public forever. Don't you think we would have learned something about any mysterious, shady business dealings or anything before now? Because they don't exist. So, again, this blew up in their faces. Um, just straight out told him that this is what is going on. It's all the fault of the Kremlin, Putin, the GRU, because they want to install their puppet back in office, Cadet Bone Spurs. So, stop playing partisan games. Look at what's in the best interest of the American people. And I'll get back to that circle around because I also want to talk about um, the New York Attorney General's civil fraud case and how he has to put up 487 or 484 million dollars against the bond assurity to appeal his case that he lost. And this is to satisfy the judgment of the people of the state of New York who have been defrauded um, by Cadet Bone Spurs and his entire uh, crime family enterprise, because Don and Eric are also found liable in the civil fraud scheme as well and had to pay millions of dollars in penalties. Although I don't think they're appealing it because they're not trying to put up money. They're just going to pay it and keep going because they're stinking rich. And as far as when I say stinking rich, compared to the rest of the working class and retirees, um, we'll never see the kind of money they have. So again, if you feel you're part of the chronically ignored, or you feel like democracy or our current system of government isn't working for you, we also cover the issues from the point of view of someone who's registered to vote, no party preference. I don't toe the line to the right or left because I'm not a sheep. I see things for myself. I look at the issues and I make my decision on how to vote. because voting is the answer to all of this. And you have to educate yourself and learn where your vote will serve your interest and not a party's interest. So, but going back to the Attorney General's office thing, he has until Monday to come up with the money, and he is already, I say he, I mean Cadet Bone Spurs, the Tangerine Terror, the Mango Maniac, has already filed a legal motion with the court saying he does not have the money and is trying to get a stay or an extension on this to come up with the funds. So we already know that Judge Ngoran is like, no, this is going forward. This is your appeal, and you have the burden to prove it. So pony up the money. But now here's the thing. If he's already filed a legal claim that he does not have the money and comes up with the cash, you have to ask yourself, where did that money come from? And when I look back at the campaign of 2016, I remember Eric Trump saying, we have plenty of money, we get it from Russia. When Cadet Bone Spurs was in the White House and his daughter Ivanka was a White House employee, paid or not, she was in the White House every day, how she got 18 patents from communist China for her various business enterprises, and how Jared Kushner, as they're leaving the White House in 2021, gets $2 billion from the Saudis. And this is all using Daddy Trump's name. But Republicans want to ignore that. It's only wrong if Democrats do it. If Republicans do it, we don't care. And that's how they're acting, because they know the truth and they're doing nothing about accountability unless it involves Democrats. Because you tell me, name one time James Comer in the Oversight Committee has ever talked about trying to find out about the money Jared got, the patents Ivanka got, and all the money gotten from Trump by Russia, according to Eric. They never have, and they never will, because they're partisan hypocrites. And when I say partisan, I mean they toe the party line. It's all about helping Republicans, no matter who, what, when, where, or why, and trying to destroy Democrats, because power is all they care about. And we have to pay attention to that. So I believe Donald Trump will come up with the money. But because we'll never know where it came from, we just kind of have to assume it came from one of those three nefarious places: Saudi Arabia, China, or Russia. They've shown they have a willingness to do favors for this idiot, this monster, this white supremacist. And if that is the case, what is he willing to do? What is he willing to sell to those autocrats, those communist leaders, for the money he will have received to pay the bond in this surety? Will he somehow let it slip to the Russians or the Chinese that, hey, this is where all of our nuclear submarines are at all time? Will he say, here's the latest technology for our stealth capabilities that we have? Who knows what he will do? The man is a risk to national security and needs to be nowhere around the White House. And just to close it out with one more point, how privileged this guy has been. He claims to be treated so unfairly, but look how privileged he's been. You tell me one person in the United States that is facing 91 federal criminal indictments and will still make their tea time tomorrow. It's time for accountability. It's time to put this man in his place. It's time to shut him up. and put him on trial. Stop the delays. That's just my opinion. Would love to know what you think. Please leave your comments in the section below. I'm Gene. Remember, be kind to one another. Treat each other the way you want to be treated. And Zane and I will see you